Hi guys, how's it going? Today is March 4th, 2014. It is big shock. It's raining again. I don't know if you can see it coming down. Yep, pretty typical. So what I wanted to do today is I wanted to talk about fire and what I'm trying to do. I noticed some of your comments, which I really appreciate all your comments. I do. And I read every one of them. I comment or I respond to most of them, or I'll just do the Google plus, one up. Either way. But I noticed some comments about, well, with my natural tinder and whatnot, and some of the comments were, well, why don't you use, birch bark? Why don't you use cotton balls? Why don't you use this? Why don't you use that? And those all, great feedback, but that's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use my existing I have all my existing products. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to expand my fire skill beyond, what I already carry in my fire kit. Which I'm going to bust this out here as soon as the water's boiling, because I'm cooking up some hot chocolate. That's why I've got the stove going. Give me a good chance to kind of intro the video. And then as soon as the hot chocolate's stirred, I'm going to bust right into my fire kit. I'm going to go into what I have, even though I already did a fire kit video, but I really wasn't too happy with it. I kind of felt like I was rushing it, and I was kind of all over the place. I might just reshoot the whole thing, or this might just be my fire kit plus some extra stuff. So when the hot chocolate is done, in fact, I'm already starting to see some bubbles. So when the hot chocolate is stirred, I'm going to come back and then I'm going to bust into my fire kit and all the things I have and go from there. Alright, so will probably be a couple minutes for me. Will probably be, just a screen swipe for you. So hang on. Oh hell yeah! Hot chocolate. Good stuff. Almost made it worth just coming out here. Okay. My fire kit. Just in case anybody wants to know. Well, what's it weigh? 1.5 pounds. That's what it weighs. Well, that's way too much weight. No. Fire is one thing that you cannot skimp on, especially at my skill level, because my skill level is low. So, naturally, I always have a lighter on my carabiner and a ferrocerium rod and a striker from firesteel.com. Love these, plus my knife. Gratuitous knife shot for you. Oh yeah, love this little blade. In fact, I love this whole rig. I might change the whistle because I think I saw one on Prepared Mine 101 that looked really nice. So anyway, that's that. Let's bust into this puppy. I always throw this into my pack. And what I've got, out of camera, is I have this, which I have some live fire. And I keep a rubber band on here to keep it all together. This is reflective tape, which I think I mentioned in my other video with the Strike Force. I don't really worry about putting this in a fire because I have empty tins to make char cloth, as well as a big chunk of cotton that I bought at a fabric store for like $1. So inside of this is I have a striker for matches, glue, which was adhesive when I bought it, because it's the Stormproof matches. I was asked why I carry matches, and the simple truth of the matter is I carry matches because it's yet another option to get fire going. I have a backup lighter, which I already have one on my carabiner. Now I have, you know, 2 is 1, 1 is none. I've got some birthday candles, which were free because I had a buddy who had a birthday and they were just, you know, they weren't going to use them. I have another ferrocene rod in here, just a blank with a lanyard hole. And then yet another striker. And I have this, which I bought at Survival Resources, and I'll put a link in the description. It's a magnesium pencil sharpener, and you can use it to make shavings. Then I have the matches in here. So that's pretty much just this tin. I hope to get better with my skill and do away with the matches, but for now they don't weigh much, so I figured why not carry them. Let's see. Then I have my Flint and striker, which I have yet to use. I just have this little leather pouch from, I'll have to throw in the description where I got this. I want to make sure I get the name right. It would be embarrassing not to. Which is just a cool little pouch. And then I have my Fresnel lens, which is kind of hard to get out of here, but it's just a magnifying glass, which I could use for solar ignition. Right there. And the reason I keep it in this little tin here, which I also bought from Survival Resources, is because if something should happen and the thing breaks, I don't have shards of glass in my pouch. Which I got this from William Myers at Mantis Outdoors. I'll link his channel down in the description so you can go check him out. Makes really good videos. Let's see. Oh, and then I have an entire roll of jute twine, which someone suggested I get some jute twine, and actually I had planned on getting some, I just hadn't gotten to it yet. So now I have some. I haven't had a chance to work with it. I hope to soon. And then I stuffed in here, I have a backup ferrocene rod. Yeah, I have a lot of ferrocene rods. So that's that. Like $2 for this, you know, cheap. So that's everything for the pouch. Now, as you saw, I always carry, I sometimes will throw an empty one in, because I always carry a bandana. In fact, I have one right here in my pocket. I always have a bandana, so I can always make char cloth. But if I don't have my natural tinder down, hence the practice, what's the point of making char if I couldn't get a proper tinder bundle going? Although I could use the jute. So, bandana always rides with me. Then I have this, which is a pill bottle. What I've done is, I got this tin again from Survival Resources. I think it sells them in like a little 3-pack. It's petroleum jelly. And I have cotton balls to dip. The reason I don't keep them together is because it makes a freaking mess everywhere. And this, I assume I think it's pretty much waterproof because of the lid, and it's a pill bottle. But I've never actually set it out in the rain to see if it was waterproof. But that might be an interesting test. I should submerge this underwater and see if it's actually waterproof. Oh, I gotta get a sip of hot chocolate. Oh man, hot chocolate. Ah. Another option I can throw in my kit is steel wool, which I just bought some steel wool the same day I bought the jute twine. But again, because you can light it with a ferro rod. But again, if I don't have my tinder bundle down, hence the practice, what's the good is it? I might throw in an extra live fire or the sport, depending on the trip. I have these mini Infernos, which you can get at the Pathfinder store. I'll throw the link down in the description again. Very good stuff. You fluff out the fibers the same as you do this. In fact, the same guy makes both products. Roger, he's freaking cool, so check him out. NorCal Survival makes these, and you can get these at the Pathfinder store. In fact, I made a video on this if you've seen it, and I got all the links on that. And then one of my favorite fire starters is Trioxane. And all they are is, I have a local source here. There's a store that sells these for $1, and they have 3 of these tabs in here. Now they're supposed to be for fuel stoves, but I think they're great fire starters because they burn for a while. And basically you don't need tinder when you use these. I'll do a video on these, but nothing fancy uses them, so there's a bunch of videos on this. But I do tend to use them a little bit often, but I like to try to get away from these and go with the rest of the stuff more often and widen my fire skill. Oh yeah, and then there's duct tape, which you can burn duct tape. The glue, I guess, is I've never done it, but I've seen videos on it. But you can the glue you can light, and you can get a fire going with duct tape, which I might do a video on that just because I've never done it and it sounds interesting. So yeah, I think that's it. That's pretty much what I carry. I mean, I don't carry all this stuff all the time. This that you saw goes in my kit everywhere I go, and I always have my carabiner, and sometimes I'll throw in these, sometimes I'll throw in these, sometimes I'll throw in these. It just depends on the trip, what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll just take stuff to practice with, which I'm going to do some outings and try to light fires with lots of different things. Yeah. Fortunately, I looked at the weather reports and it shows the next 10 days of rain. So yeah, guess that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I try to answer every comment I can. And if you have any video requests you'd like to see, let me know. Either message me or not Facebook. Yeah, or put them in the comments. Brain fart. I do have more videos coming. I'm gonna do a video on all my knives. I keep saying I'm gonna do that. I just gotta pull the trigger and just do it. But it's hard to get out sometimes because of work and whatnot. So yeah, good times, man. Hot chocolate, freaking delicious. So yeah, guess I'll end it there. Thanks for watching. Liking the video helps me out a lot. You know, let your friends know if they're new to the outdoors. Give them, you know, maybe they'll give them some ideas for things. I mean, cotton balls you can get for cheap, and petroleum jelly, I mean, I think I picked both of mine up for $1. So, and you could probably go a long time with just cotton balls and Vaseline, and that's totally fine. You don't have to add all this other stuff, but you totally could if you wanted to. You know, and I mean, this kit's been growing. My fire kit's been growing over, you know, a couple of years. I just bought jute twine the other day. I had these for a while, and I need to get the micro ones for my carabiner. These I just picked up. Another nice option for fire. Char cloth I'm looking forward to doing. I just realized I forgot my fatwood sticks. I was going to bring out I have sticks of fatwood, and I was going to bring them out, but I totally forgot. Dang it. Seems like every time I come out, I always forget something. But I do have fatwood, so I could do a pile of fatwood shavings and hit it with a ferro rod, and it should go up like gasoline. Or I could back it up with this, or this, or this, or the steel wool. Alright, I'm going to quit rambling and end the video there. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. I'll catch you on the next one.